Stream test. Yep, looks to be running. Excellent. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Vlad. I'll be your captain today on this 747-8 Intercontinental. I hope you guys are well, feeling good. I'm feeling better. I've been sick the past few days, which is not very fun to be. But yeah, anyways, everything's good. And Philippines. So I've never been in the sim in the Philippines. And just as we talked last time, after that 747 long haul video, it was time to do a live stream on the 747, because I honestly can't remember the last time we flew live on the 747. I think it was like on a New Year or Christmas Eve or something, when we flew to the Norway, to a little airport in the very northern Norway. So yeah, it's a long time since I haven't flown live on YouTube with the 74, and especially usually I fly on the cargo one. So with the Intercontinental, with the passenger version, it's even better. So yeah, we're standing here in Manila. It's not real time because it would be completely pitch black right now in the Philippines. So I've set an early sunrise so that we can appreciate some of the scenery, because I think it will be absolutely worth it. I've installed Ortho4XP with I think Arc source, and I don't know if you checked the screenshots that I did from the community post, but it looks really good. So far so good. We're using the fictional Philippines livery. They don't own the 747-8, but they own before the 747-400 series that you can see there on the back standing. That's probably Mike, and we will have Emil joining us too. They will be flying 747-8 and 747-200, the Philips one, for X-Plane. Well, we're gonna be on the 74 from SSG, latest version 2.7. I really like this plane. I think it's very well done. The outside model is beautiful. The sounds are actually improved on the latest version too, so I really enjoy. How is everything? Yeah, looks like Emil's just spawned there. Yep, so today, nice traffic. We're gonna have 3 747s here. So let's go inside. One funny thing that I would want to do is, I never did this, but let me try to do this real quick. So if we would enter the aircraft from the stairs, and by the way guys, the stairs and all these ground surfaces, this is the Simple Ground Surfaces plugin. This is a freeware plugin that you can download from the X-Plane forums, and they're really cool. They're almost like GSX. Latest updates have been very nice. As you probably noticed there, we have now animated cargo loading, and that's really cool. We're gonna have the animated passengers boarding too, so we're gonna do that. We'll take a look at that in a moment. So here we are inside the cabin. Probably in real life you would have the jetway connected on the upper deck, maybe, I don't know, but we today are parked on a separate stand. I didn't want to go into a gate with a jetway, because the jetways here in Manila for some reason are a little bit weird. So we're just getting into a stand and using the stairs so that we can see the passengers boarding as well. I think it would be a cool addition, because the guys at Simple Ground Services have been doing a fantastic job. So welcome to the cockpit of the 74. So far we have the battery and external power powered. And just make sure, as we are the pilots, we get into the cockpit. Let's make sure the parking brake is set. For example, it's not set right now. Let's set it. Fuel control switches are cut off. Flaps and sleds are retracted. Throttle's on idle. Gear is down. And the wipers, well, they are off because we are already powered. And Delta Tango 297, hey, nice to see you too. In 3 days, my 747 flight starts. I am so excited. Oh man, that's so cool. Is that the flight to Japan that you're gonna be doing from Frankfurt? And did you already do the flight from what was it, New York to Frankfurt too? It was on an A340, I think you told So yeah, awesome. Oh my god, it is Japan. I would be extremely excited. That's very cool. Alright, so the aircraft is powered up. Let's just complete here the overhead flow so that we get the IRSs to align. Just make sure that the hydraulics here go to auto 2 and set the IRSs to nav. Storm is off. I'll turn the dome light off. Overhead looks good. I'll switch off the anti-ice system. I've been looking through the weather already, guys. The weather is beautiful. No clouds, light winds, so it's perfect to explore a little bit around. Alright, logo, beacon is off, nav is on. Perfect. The A340 was a nice ride. Awesome. Was that the 300 or the 600? And I'm gonna start here on this very simple but yet great electronic flight back by inserting the payload that we will be expecting on our flight today. It's gonna be a very short flight to Cebu, about 15 minutes, I think. The airtime is expected to be 58 minutes exactly, so very good. So our zero fuel weight expected is to be at 261 tons. Our empty weight is 213, so it's gonna be a 48.7. We'll start loading the payload. Oh, by the way, why not let's do the call the bus, and we're gonna have the bus arrive and we will be able to see the passengers boarding, so I think that would be a possibility. As for the fuel, we are expected, according to the flight plan, taxi 680 with a trip fuel of 9, contingency 2.3, alternate 8.2, final reserve for 4.2, a total of 24.6. I want to add just a little bit more than that, because if you can remember our flight into Japan, I tried to squeeze that fuel as much as possible. So let me add 3 tons. Let's do 27 tons of fuel. I don't think we will be overweight, not at all, and that should be all fine. All right, let's load the fuel. So the fueling has started. A340-300 Germany is colder than expected. Oh, did you bring any clothes? You better bring those. Alright, switch off here the map lights. Will any storm lights make any difference here? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Alright, so we'll leave the lights off for now. Let's start programming the FMC. I want to do just a quick programming of everything, and then we'll go through the departure briefing. We'll take a look at the weather, at our route, at everything that we need to pay attention to. A lot of rain at the time. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I think rain in flight is cool, except for X-Plane, of course. So, RPLL, correct, which is our departure and our alternate airport. And Romeo Papa Victor Mike is Cebu, correct. Flight number is going to be GAP, which is, and it catched me by surprise because I found this from Flight Radar, because I was looking at the Philippines logo aircrafts that were flying this flight, and their call signs was not PAL, was GAP, and it is basically an Air Philippines Express, which I guess is something like a domestic service or something smaller. So just for the sake of it, we're going to be doing the Philippines Express flight today, and the call sign is different too, is Air Phil, which is really fun. Call sign is going to be 2845. Flight number is set. I'm going to activate this, execute. Departure, we're departing runway 6 with an IPATA departure to Alpha. To IPATA transition, execute. Routes, and then we have one airway, Whiskey 25. It's going to be a very short one to Batai. And we're going to have the arrival already there. Let's go arrival. It's gonna be RNAV04. We don't have an ILS in Cebu, so it's gonna be fun to see how this 74 does on the RNAV. Maybe I'll hand fly it, maybe. And it's gonna be Beta 3 Papa. Here it is. Transition Beta, and I want to hit here the Tonio VM. Execute. Route is complete. The refueling is to complete, so we can switch on the seatbelt signs to on and go with the fuel pumps to the on position 2. Now, I think somebody was requesting to take a look through the systems of the 7.4. Now, I don't know how far are they, but at least here the all the pages are simulated and they work. I don't know how accordingly, but they work, and that's cool. So I'm here to check how the fuel is. On the main tank is 4. So yeah, the fuel is balanced, and that's the most important. No fuel on the center tank. ECS cabin temperature is 23 degrees, so we can wait with that APU power. This is all fine. Hydraulic looks to be good. The doors are open. Gear information, temperatures are all on 0, I guess, or that's the pressure. No, that's the brake temperature. It's reading 0, but with the good pressure. And no info. And here's the pre-flight checklist that we're going to be completing a little bit later. So let's hit here the gross weight of the aircraft. 288 tons, which is good. Our expected takeoff was to be 285. So there's the 3 tons that I added, which is good. Reserves I will set 4.5. Cruise level is going to be flight level 370, cost index 86. And yeah, we've got to go to the runway, so that it. Let me try with 5. Will it change? No. Alright, let's do 86 then. Thrust limit, let's go use takeoff 1, climb power, takeoff with flaps 10. V speeds 34, 48, 62 look to be good. Let me go here and do 62. Alright, then next page, reduction 1500, acceleration 1502. Let's do 3000 on the acceleration. Alright, good. So, basically the computer is programmed. Let's do a very quick oxygen test and pre-flight checklist. Oxygen is tested, flight instruments, heading, and altimeter. Now we need to adjust this. Let me see what the sim brief gave us regarding to QNH 1001. 1001 is set. Good on 1, 2, and 3 sides. Instruments and altimeters are checked. Parking brake is set and fuel control switches are cut off. So pre-flight checklist is complete. And that is good. We will engage the flight directors, the auto throttle, and I'll engage LNAV and VNAV for now. Now I'm a little bit worried with what's been drawn here, but I'll trust the computer for now. Famous last words. Alright, and we just need to align the course, which is 062. Let's take a look at the passengers. Are they boarding? Yes, they are. Where are those guys going? Alright, these guys are going somewhere else. Maybe probably to this stairs, I don't know, but looks cool anyways. It's free, so that's fine. All right, sun is starting to rise, so we need to start get up to speed. Let's go ahead and do our departure briefing, and with that I will have to show you my screen so that you can accompany me. And What do I need? What do I need? I need to show my screen and I need to do something else too. Or is it? No, it doesn't look like. Anyways, let's start. Let's go departure briefing. You guys ready? Let's do it. So we're flying 747-800 or just the 8th flight, airfield 2845 from Manila to Cebu. The no temps for our departure airport. Nothing significant, at least nothing that will affect us. Apart from here, the ILS category 1 runway 06 unserviceable. Is it from... No, actually it's not started yet, so we can use the ILS still on the return flight. That's good. So no temps are checked. The weather is absolutely beautiful, and when I mean absolutely beautiful, it means it really is. We have no significant weather at all. We have a little bit here, but it's not going to affect us. And if you turn on the infrared satellite, we have a little bit of clouds there. So our entire flight is going to be cloudless, which is very cool. Anti-ice is not going to be required. At least I don't anticipate such thing. It's 30 degrees right here, which is very warm considering it's nighttime right now in the Philippines. Weather radar will be on, and as for the airport layout, I'm using here the charts from the Philippines VATSIM division because I could not register, or I mean I could, but I didn't want to register on the AIP services. So we have this chart here for the parking. We are right here near the Terminal 3. Parking position 121, and we're going to be departing runway 06, which is right here. So we're going to have a pretty lengthy taxi, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to taxi via November 3, or actually via November, then turn right here to, what is this, Charlie, I guess. Yep, turn into Charlie and taxi all the way to the very end here of the runway 06 for the departure. The runway is dry. The wind is coming from where? 130 at 4 variable between 060 and 180. That's all fine. Config performance using flaps 10, takeoff 1 and climb power. Departure runway is 06 and our departure is called the IPATA. We had the 2 alpha there. Why was it 2 alpha though? Let me recheck. Better to recheck, even though, especially because I don't really like the what's the difference? 2 Romeo. 2 Romeo. Climb on course. 210 alphas. Gradient for points. Let's do this one. Maybe it will be better. Transition IPATA execute. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. Alright, takeoff speeds are deleted. Let's fix this real quick. Takeoff flaps, that's good. Speeds are the same. Excellent. Continuing with the briefing. There you go, guys. See, we already catched up one of the mistakes, which is always good. So our departure, IPATA to Romeo, runway 06, climb on course to 062 to Lima Lima 06 Foxtrot, to Tenau, to Fals at or above 11,000 feet, to Kawit, to IPATA. Remarks, we have a climb gradient 4.7%, cross Fals at or above 11,000, should be fine. Fals, it's right here. Alright, and what's the transition altitude? I'd love to see 11,000 feet, so that's good. Alright, radio navs are not required, no special considerations. And for the abnormals, we'll just brief the normal stuff. Rejected takeoff, below 80 knots for anything, then significant only between 80 and V1. In case of rejected takeoff, I call reject, trust to idle, apply maximum reverse, let the auto brake work, stop on the runway, cabin crew at stations, set the parking brake. Advise the ATC and then access situation. Otherwise, we'll continue straight ahead to begin with, and then a left turn over to the sea MSA to the north is 7,200, as you can see here, so we want to maintain ourselves close to the airfield. And yeah, wait, is this... No, we would be turning to the right, actually, not over to the city. Over to the city, because the city is to the left, so no left turn. Straight ahead and to the right, following the departure and then xAsia situation. Overweight landing. So what's the limit for the landing weight? Is 312, so we are already below overweight, or already below our maximum landing weight, which is good, so we will not be overweight at any time. Oh, by the way, chat, sorry. ShayTP, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are well. And yes, finally the 747. As promised. And lost comms, we'll just proceed with the flight. We can use the chat for VATSIM. No ATC for now, so that's good. Alright, so that's the departure briefing complete. Do you guys have any questions? If so, it's time to ask them. Let's go start the APU. And I want to come here to the checklist here. Let's close the cockpit door, so I would assume the boarding at this time would be completed. Let's deny, set squawk to 2000, standby. 122, oops. 1228 on the frequency. That is set, volume is good. Hit the traffic here. Transponder is off for now. And let me just check the X-plane map to make sure nobody else is there. All we have there is Cebu aircraft, but nobody else flying. That's good. Alright. So let's start closing the doors. APU is starting. Yep, it is. Let's remove the ground surfaces. Yeah, these guys are going for the stairs. They are a little bit slow, but they are doing a good job. But I'm sorry, we're going to be starting to remove everything. Oh, nice. Even the doors close. That's very cool. This plugin has been improving a lot lately. Yeah, look at that. All the doors are closing. That's very good. Wow. Alright, so I'm gonna remove the chocks already. And we're gonna have to push back facing the nose to the right. So that's the important stuff. And we have APU, which is good. As you can see here, the gens have assumed the load, so I can remove the ground services. All the rest is good. Let's confirm here with the doors page. Yep, everything is closed. Let's go back to the status checklist. Before start checklist is going to be the next one. Seatbelt is on, flight door is good. Alright, let's go. Before start checklist. Cockpit flight door is closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. MCP we have V2 and 162. Heading 062. And let's set 11,000 as the initial climb altitude. Takeoff speeds we have 34, 48, 62. City pre-flight completed. And our trim is going to be 8.3. I think we can already set that. Yep. Come on. Ah, my button on the joystick is slowly dying. Need to start binding to a different button. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. And the beacon should go to both. Before takeoff checklist is... before start checklist is complete. Delta Tango, the only thing I don't like at the 7478 is the display resolution. It can be better in my opinion. I mean, it's not bad, but... yeah, I think the cockpit could have... I think the displays are actually the best part of it. I think the cockpit, exactly like the later stuff, can be slightly better, but overall, that's all fine to me. Okay, so everything is good for the departure. I'm gonna move to external cam view. Why are the stairs still there? They should go away though. Anyways, we're gonna connect the pushback here. And I want to control the force here, and you guys probably know this 747 has a problem with better pushback. For some reason it doesn't steer the aircraft and you have to steer yourself, but it's very weird and difficult because the better pushback truck goes way too fast, and so yeah, it's just not very comfortable. So I tried this one and it works.
Traffic Cebu 332 will descent. Level 160 Manila VOR.
And it works quite well.
And expect the VOR runway 13 Manila.
I would just love to remove the stairs, but never mind, the doors are closed. So this one works really simple. You can control the force of it, and then you basically disengage the parking brake, and it goes. Now, for example, this here is a little bit slow, so I'm gonna add a bit of force to make it quicker, not very quick, like this. And you steer it with the with your ailerons, so with joystick, which is a little bit fun, but yeah, not with the wheel. It doesn't work. See there, I'm turning the wheel, nothing happens, but if I turn the ailerons, there it goes. And it does a decent job. There must be something that I forgot to disconnect on the ground services config there. That's why all this stuff is still there. But not a big deal. Yeah, drift tug. It's alright, it's better than nothing. The only thing is, well, I have to keep looking outside. I think if it turn really hard, it goes the right way. Yep. Here you see it.
Manila traffic Cebu 332 continue descent 6000 to level 5 Manila VOR.
Well, I can be contracted for a pushback driver, to be a pushback driver. Let's remove or slow down the force, line up the aircraft, and I just set the parking brake and disconnect. So excellent, pushback is complete. And we're gonna start the engines, starting with 3 and 4. JTP, I had my birthday recently and I will do Discovery flight finally. Oh, awesome! Happy birthday to you. Do you know where will you do the Discovery flight, and what aircraft will it be? I see SSG is working on a V3 outside model. Maybe this fixed the tug situation. I don't know, maybe. Where did you get that news, by the way? About the V3, because I think I've never heard anything about it. Alright, good start on number 4 and 3. Start 1 and 2. Really lovely. Sun is up, just as on the screenshot for the live stream, so we are in time. Waiting for the start sequence to complete. There we go. Engines are fine. The load has been assumed through the generator. APU off. Set the flaps. Jesus Christ, that motorcycle. I don't know if you heard it, but that was really loud. And flight control check real quick. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Perfect. Let's go for the checklist before taxi. NTI is not required. Recall is checked. Auto brake, RTO, flight controls check, front movement is clear. Before taxi checklist is complete. Let's go with the lights on. Brakes are released.
Traffic advisory Cebu 327 will commence descent to flight level 160 initially and we will expect VOR 13.
Brake check. And Manila traffic airfield 2845 is taxiing November Charlie 2 runway 06 Manila traffic. Let's go. I'm gonna have to give some space to Mike and Emil. Now I wonder if Emil's flying, no, same model. Emil is flying the 747-200. So that one is gonna be funny. GDP somewhere near Pilsen in Czechia, and I can choose between Bristol Classic or Tecnam P92. I guess the Bristol has a glass cockpit, and the Tecnam is high wing, but maybe steam gauges. Is that correct? I mean, this looks quite nice. 3 747s right there. Right, let's go give some speed. You know, I would suggest you, the Bristol is definitely better looking in terms of avionics and seats and all that stuff. But it's low wing, it's probably a bit more sensitive than the Tecnam, so I would suggest you to maybe start first with the Tecnam. Especially if you'll have the opportunity to touch the controls, it might be easier. You might be able to even land with it, so... If I'll do flight training, I'll probably fly Cessna, and Tecnam is similar. Well, you know, aircraft is aircraft, it's all about the same, so... At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. I saw the Bristol, kinda close, and it kinda looks cool and etc, but... For a first flight, I would say the Tecnam probably. That's just my opinion. Alright, no other traffic so far. I noticed the aircraft is oscillating a bit left and right. I guess that's because of the ground, I don't know. But that's weird, I guess. Let me check the gear. No, looks to be all good. I don't know. Don't know what's going on there. Right, so here we have to go to the very end. Let's see if the guys are pushing back. No, they're not. That's okay, we'll have a good separation there. We did have a couple of traffics. Yeah, these guys here will be
traffic, Philippine 15 stands 119 pushing back.
That's Emil pushing back, cool. So yeah, we have one approaching traffic. It's still no factor though.
Advisory, Charmer 2 Mike Whiskey, over to Lake Leaving flight level 240 for 1604, Laia 1 altitude, arrival for VOR 13.
Clear to left, clear left and clear right. Slow down a bit here. I'll turn the weather radar on already. You know what, actually, we don't have any weather, so I'd rather turn the terrain.
Descending to flight level 10,000 feet, arrival procedure is Laia 3 Romeo, ILS approach on runway 06.
So we are crossing here the very end of runway 31. Add a bit of power, so we get the hell out of here quick.
Manila traveler Siri Sherman to make whiskey en route now, like 18 miles, passing 210 will descend 10,000 to be leveled off at Lake Ba.
And that's a huge building, by the way, there. There are the buys. So far, so good. Everything's going to plan. We've burned already 400 kilos of fuel just from the startup and the taxi. That's no joke. 400 kilos just for the taxi. There's a bunch of traffic there. Yeah. And it feels like I'm taxiing quite slowly, but we really aren't. We're actually, I think we are slightly downhill, and the aircraft is actually accelerating very slowly. Yep, that's definitely a downhill descent. So we will need to ride those brakes. My question is, will I be able to depart before these guys come to land? I think so. Or engine power. Oh yes. And just to make sure I can go to the very end, yes I can.
Traffic advice to Cebu 327 will continue descent to flight level 3000 to intercept the VOR 13.
Alright, 32 knots, that's a bit too much. Let's start to brake. Slowly, so the passengers won't be scared of the braking. And on the climb out, because this is a very short flight, on the climb out I'll start preparing myself for the arrival too. Alright, before takeoff checklist, flaps are set. Before takeoff checklist complete, let's go with the strobes on. Transponder to TARA. Final is clear. Manila traffic airfield 2845 heavy, lining up runway 06, Manila. Clear on the left too. Trying to do a good job here lining up. I think I did a mediocre job. Yeah, could be better. Alright, let's stop here. Switch the lights on so we have the landing clearance to go. Everything is good. Straight ahead. Let's go. Start with 40%. Hit the like button for the takeoff, guys. 40% stable. Thrust reference. Toga, toga. Thrust is set. Airspeed is alive. Manila traffic, airfield 2845, heavy departing runway 06. Manila.
80 knots.
80 knots check, throttle hold. Yeah, we're just departing the opposite way from the screenshot, that's okay.
V1.
Check.
Rotate.
Rotate. Nice and easy.
V2.
Positive climb. You're up. LNAV. Woo! Let's do flyby. I don't usually do flybys, but I think this looks amazing. Oh boy. Alright, let's follow the flight directors now. Focus on the flying. Let's go autopilot. Lights. Manila traffic, airfield 2845, heavy, airborne passing 2000 feet, climbing 11,000. Delta Tank 2971. I flew on a 777-300. The pilot taxied like crazy. Brake very hard multiple times. Oof. Good luck, ShittyP. Thank you very much. That was probably a Need for Speed pilot. Right, climbing nicely. We reached 3,000. Gonna have to reach a little bit higher to reach acceleration altitude. There we are. There's the nose. Let's go flaps 5. Oh, just as we crossed the building. I missed that. No, I missed that. Whoa, look at that. That's pretty cool. I know I don't have the full visibility of the buildings because I have my settings lowered, but still, this looks very cool. Let's go flaps 1. Don't want to overspeed the flaps. Cooler. Uploaded the recording of the Butter A319 landing I experienced. Real life landing? I want to see that. Do we have to go to your channel to see? I really want to do it. I'm lagging a bit there. I don't know why. But that's okay. So remember, guys, we wanted to cross FALs above 11,000. So far, so good. After takeoff checklist, the gear is already up. So we're just missing the flaps. Can I visit your channel by clicking on your name? No. Okay, I'll have to search for it. But I will do so. I think my Ortho4XP is doing some stuff. Because I'm doing some Ortho4XP tiles. I'll have to stop that. So that we stop experiencing the lags. Yeah, that's better. Oh boy, we're climbing real fast. Look at that. Let's go set flight level 370. 370 is set. There's 10,000 feet, lights coming off. And I'm gonna start accelerating, probably. Yep, we will. Flaps up. Always love to see the ailerons, the slats retract on the 747 wing. So amazing. And the sound is very cool too.
Traffic, Philippine 15 will hold Charlie 3 at runway 31.
Bit of clouds there. So far the visibility is absolutely fantastic. Chris, hello! Cloud Swimmer with you. Welcome to the stream, hope you're feeling well. Just as we departed from Manila on the initial climb out, and flaps are up. After takeoff checklist complete. There we go, we accelerated to 328 knots and past 11,000 transition altitude set, QNH standard set, 1, 2 and 3. So it's perfect, very good. Let's enjoy the views a little bit. So that looks like a volcano. I know it has some clouds there because of the ortho photos, but it still looks amazing. And the guys are having a blast there. Can I still see? Yeah, okay, so here we are. This is Mike. This is Emil. This is whatever Cebu has landed. And there were other guys landing. Yep, there's another one there. So we departed in time for a nice departure. Chris, doing well? You too. Thank you. Awesome. It's very good. Alright, let's do it like this. Don't know why top of climb is right there. But that's okay. Now let me make sure. Let me go here to the plan mode, zoom in a little bit, go here to the legs page. Yeah, I know why. We have a discontinuity. Execute. Alright, so far this looks to be all fine. It's going to VNAV. Yeah, we're in climb. Transition altitude is correct. Recommended for level 378. Perfect. So far the systems, I mean, I'm really happy with the systems, and there is the top of climb correct. Fantastic. What a beautiful day. After the 12 hours flight to Tokyo, hearing these sounds is just a flashback. It's like, are we going to Tokyo again? Look at that, flight level 18. Actually 19, we're climbing 3,000 feet a minute. What a rocket. Alright, and already 160 miles to top of descent.
Philippine 15, line and runway 06 for hotel 2.
So, let me show you here the charts, so you guys can see too what we are going to be doing into Cebu. So this is our standard arrival chart for the instrument, and we are going to Batai, which we have to cross above 10,000 feet. From Batai we go to Aquilo, Aster, Antonio, so pretty straightforward. We have to cross Tonio above 4,000 feet, maximum speed 250 knots. Alright, this looks good. Do we have a description here? Type 3 Papa, yes. Bacon Tree Papa, nice. From Batai to above 10,000 to Aquilo, Aster, Tonio at above 4,000. That's all good. Alright, so this part is easy. Then we're gonna have the RNAV GNSS runway 04. So from Tonio, which is the initial approach fix, above 4,000, maximum speed 250 knots. Turn left into Boyer above 3,000, and then left into Victor Mike 04 Alpha above 2,400, and then Victor Mike 04 Bravo, which is the final approach fix, at 2,400 This is important, this part here. Yeah, because this is where we start our descent. Maximum indicated speed here is 185. I think it's a good speed to adjust for the 747, and then it says 3 degrees descent over to runway 04. Missed approach point is right over the runway 04, and we're gonna have a 7.3 mile final straight in. This looks good. Where are the minimums? Aha, minimums are all the same, 410 barrel. Let's add 50 feet of operational. So barrel 410 is going to be 460. There we go. Delta Tango 297, do we have some cookies at the flight? Oh, you bet. We have the best flight attendants, so we will have absolutely all the cookies. Oh boy, this is so beautiful. I think, like, probably if I wouldn't done the some nice clouds there. If I wouldn't done the Ortho or the Philippines here with the default scenery, probably would look very nice anyway. So just sync the heading there. All right, let's continue. So that's the minimums are set. In case we go missed, we climb on a course 046 at 2,000 feet. I don't know if you can read this. Probably this is better. 2,000 feet, turn right, direct to Jodan to Drigo and hold at 4,000 feet or as instructed by ATC. Do not exceed 250 knots until Drigo and do not turn before missed approach point. Alright, this is important. This means, because they're specifying our turn based on an altitude. So let's say we go around somewhere here. We start to descend from 2,400. So we could be leveling off, or we could reach 2,000 feet really early, like here. In that case, we have to still continue until the missed approach point, and then from this point, we need to turn to the right to join Drigo, and then probably execute another approach, which is great. All right, then finally, so we landed 06. Yeah, this is correct. Wait, what? Jesus, landing at 04. My mind there just went. I was reading 04 here and was having a mental breakdown inside my head. Alright, so we're going from here. We have a taxiway echo right here, which is a rapid exit taxiway. So we can vacate quite quickly out of here. The runway is fairly lengthy, 4,000 meters, so we should be able to slow down enough to vacate by taxiway echo, which is the ideal point. And I would probably go, instead of going to the terminal, I might want to go to the southwest parking bay right here, so that we keep the stairs instead of going to the terminal. Or you know what, maybe we can go to the terminal, because I'm not so sure. Not so sure of the size of the stands there. Do we have a chart for the stands? Nope. Alright, no. This is actually very cool layout for the charts. Really easy to see, really easy to spot. Alright, still climbing, passing flight level 320. And so far so good. We've planned everything. I mean, we've planned everything. We kind of looked at everything, which is a good thing. I want to try to go with the VNAV, but I really don't want to spend any fuel. So let me do a bit of calculation right here. So we needed to be at Victor Mike. Victor Mike 04 Bravo. at 2,400 feet. Let's say we want to be there at 3,000. So that's 34 times 3 is going to be 102. Let's do 102. Yeah, I'll probably start the descent manually without the VNAV, and then we are gonna arm the VNAV somewhere approaching the final approach fix so that we can execute the approach. Otherwise I'll just shoot a visual because it's good weather, so that's good. ShadeTP, isn't Crust Upon event going on? I think so, yeah. I think I've received an email from Valant or a notification or some sort. So yeah, definitely something going on, but I don't have the time to cross the pond. Let's go plus 900 on the vertical speed. Mach 0.85, speed and vertical speed is engaged. And I need to buy a new mouse because my scroll wheel is basically not working the way it should. Here is ML, here is Mike, departing. Very cool. Alright, and I will set the seatbelts to auto. It's so smooth. So nice, so nice. Oh, and I like the livery. I didn't really know about this livery, but I think it looks good. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it looks cool. What's the registration? November 751 Papa Romeo. How about we add this aircraft to our aircraft lists? I forgot the registration again. Here it is. Let me maintain it like this, and let's add the aircraft here. So I'm gonna add a new one. November 751 Papa Romeo. And it's a B748. I'm gonna create. Have to change it here. November 75. And I want to add a picture of it. So SSG. I'm gonna add one of the pictures I took before, if I didn't delete those. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, looks good. Any livery looks good on the 747. I'm sure there is somewhere a livery which doesn't look good on the 747 because of the livery, not because of the plane, of course. But yeah. Fantastic. Reached cruise altitude, everything looking good. Let's take a look outside. Man, this really feels, I mean, apart from the fact that we have so many little islands around, it really feels almost like we're going to Tokyo because it's a 747. This sound of the wind, of the engines, it's just so similar. I don't know. Just very cool. Lovely aircraft. I just hope they update the performance, because it is definitely not the most optimized performance-wise. The external is amazing. The systems are good. The autopilot, they updated the autopilot and the LNAV stuff for it. It's very good. It's just that it's missing on the performance for me. Cooler, I've only been in a 7.4 on the ground. Well, that's still better than me. I've never been on a 7.4. I've seen multiple in real life, relatively close to me, when I was doing when you have to change flights, when you don't take a direct flight. How is that called? Instead of going a direct flight, you switch planes in the middle. So I was doing, oh my god, how is that called? I can't remember. Anyways, I was stranded in, yeah, connecting, that's it. I had a connecting flight in Frankfurt last time I visited Russia to visit my family there. So I took a flight from Lisbon to Frankfurt and then from Frankfurt to Moscow. And I had, I think, 4 hours in Frankfurt. And so it was the first time I saw the 747s. I saw the 400, the 800, I saw the Airbus A380. It was massive. It's just, I mean, you have to see it in person to understand how huge that thing is. So yeah, I had 4 hours of exploring everything, and that was pretty amazing. It was the first time I saw a 787 too. So pretty cool times, but I've never been on one. Chris, yeah, I mean, this add-on ain't bad. Don't know why so many dislike it. Yeah, same thing. I don't know. You know what? I probably know why. Because it requires a slightly different way of thinking. Because it's so huge, and I think that is well simulated here. I mean, I imagine, I don't know, because I never flown a 7.4, but I imagine it's a very big aircraft, and it's slightly different to handle from the normal 737 or the Airbuses or whatever. And so, I don't know, even the last video that the Kelsey, the guy that works, that has the YouTube channel, 7.4 Gear, I mean, even on his last video, he mentioned, like on the crosswind landings, it's difficult to manage the aircraft because it's so big. But basically, the inertia is so big. That's what I was talking about. And so I think many of the people simply trust too much the systems, or they simply don't. I don't know. I mean, they don't have enough knowledge, or they just want the autopilot to do everything. And like on the tow list, for example, yesterday I was doing touch and goes on the tow list. I've flown a bit on the autopilot, and I was like, oh my god, this autopilot is so good. It's doing everything so well. And then you come here to the 747, you have this thrust oscillations, you have all of this weight. The landing is a little bit more complicated, and I don't know, but maybe a normal person, to him this is like, no, this is not a good add-on, and probably maybe this is not like the PMDG or some stuff, but yeah, it's just a different aircraft. But I like it for exactly that, honestly, because it's cool that way. Cooler, no, your link didn't post because I think YouTube blocks any links that are posted on the live streams to prevent scams, basically. So we're gonna have to find your channel and then find the video. GTP, the closest I've been to 747 is when I was plane spotting at Amsterdam, and I have video on my channel. Cool. That's probably very cool. Oh, yeah, by the way, one thing I really wanted to do, but I didn't get to. I was in Lisbon last week, and I was staying there for 2 days, and I had the the option to stay for one more day, but I was starting to get sick and I was super tired, so I elected to go home early, and I don't regret that decision because it was definitely hairy. But Lisbon Airport has a couple of great spotting places, some of which I've already visited, and it's just, I mean, it's amazing. You literally have almost the entire airport in the palm of your hand, so you have, like, I don't know, the visibility over there is fantastic. And I wanted to do a spotting video for you guys, like the landings of the aircrafts that will be going to Lisbon. So I'm thinking about that, and once I get the time, I will go to that spotting place and I will film for a couple of hours some cool landings and then upload to the channel. So it's definitely something I want to do. Nice. All right, and now if I copy this, will I be able to see it straight in? No, I have to add the youtube.com, I guess. youtube.com/shorts not found. RIP, I don't know. I'll try it later. Delta Tango, do you notice that you can also push the 1000 on the alt dial if you find the spot? Makes the plane 100 times better. Yes, yes, yeah. It's like here. It works. I don't know, it didn't work for me, but I'll check after, because we are approaching the descent. So, by the way, let's do a quick arrival briefing, because well, that's one of the important stuff. And I need to open this and click arrival briefing. So, status of the aircraft is good, weather is fantastic, no temps, no significant stuff, anti-ice not required, terrain will be on. Top of descent will be in 24 miles. We are arriving via the Batai 3 Papa arrival, which we have already briefed. We have only two constraints, actually more than that. We have above 10,000 at Batai, above 4,000 Antonio, maximum 250, and then above 4,000 Antonio, above 252. And then we have the RNAV runway 04, above 2,400 at Victor, actually above 3,000 at Bayer, above 2,400 at Victor Mike 04 Alpha, and 4,000 dead. Correction, 2,400 feet at Victor Mike 04 Bravo with a maximum speed of 185. I'll probably aim for 180. Runway 04, go around straight ahead, or either until reaching 2,000 or until the missed approach point. And then a right turn to Jodam and to Drigo, climbing to 4,000. No radio navs. Alternating fuel is good. We have plenty of fuel, 18.3 tons, so that's really good. As for the config and distance, that's a long runway, and our VAP is going to be 155 with flaps 30. Auto brake, I'll probably use 3. And I'm going to try to exit on that taxiway Echo. No special considerations and no abnormal stuff. So really good so far. Let's lower our altitude here. We have 9 miles to start our descent. Set 10,000 to start with. Auto brake to 3. Do a descent checklist. Recall is checked. Notes checked. Auto brake 3. Landing data VREF is 150. Minimums 460. Approach briefing is completed. Let's go, seatbelt sign on. 3 miles to top of descent. You know what, I'll even do already 2,400 so that we can already manage it better. 1 mile and 0. Let's go vertical speed. Down. Now lower here the Mach number, so we'll try to do an idle descent. Let's go 0.8. There we go. Idle thrust. Why did you do that? Ah, I know why, because this is Mach. For some reason, in Mach number, it goes crazy, so we're gonna have to set it unindicated, and it won't do this anymore. There we go. We are on the path, by the way. Emil, you have directed. What do you mean? I can't do it. You are very far away? What do you mean? No, I didn't do any direct to. Stop adding power, please. You have the second plan on SimBrief? No. I didn't do that. I didn't do it yet. I'm gonna do it underground to wait for you. But I don't understand, what do you want? Right, transition altitude is the same in Cebu, so transition level is going to be 12,000, correction, level 120 for us. I'm doing a nice descent, so far so good. Let's check where is Mike and where is Emil. Ah, I only see Emil on Valenta, but he's... We have the second... Ah, okay, now I got it. No, I didn't do the direct. I just choose another flight plan, which is a simpler one, a shorter one as well. And yeah, basically I checked the option that I had. Because I think the guys in real life fly according to this one. Basically, you know, guys, the SimBrief, when you do the routes, it suggests you one of the routes, but then you can choose from a selection of routes. And I basically have chosen another one. I chose another... yeah, I chose another route that was suggested by SimBrief instead of going with the ones that it gave me from the beginning, so that's basically it. And we're exactly on the plan, so that's cool. I'll even decrease slightly the vertical speed. So far this looks good. I just didn't like the fact that it added power there, but we'll see. And also, once again, here the EFB shows all of this stuff, which is really cool. So far we've elapsed 33 minutes of flight. a flight time, which is very cool. And we flew for 482 kilometers or 300 miles. We have our current speed, ground speed in miles, kilometers, and our altitude in meters too, which is really easy. And we have 105, 104, and 168 kilometers to our destination with an ETA. This is UTC time. Actually, yeah, UTC time with the sim time, because the time discrepancy is very big. Local time is 6:48 in sim time. So far so good. Also, I can clear the fix. I just wanted to delete it. Well, if I can read, I can just... That was funny. Oh my god. Alright. That was funny. So far, so good. I mean, this aircraft has everything, almost. Yeah. Very cool. There we go, right turn. This is basically also the island already, where we are arriving. And I guess that our arrival airport is somewhere here. Or right there, maybe. Yeah, probably right there. So very cool. It's really cool too that every time you turn, because of the ailerons inducing a little bit of drag, you lose speed too. And then there's an airport there. Cool stuff. Can we watch it? Nice. Even though it's a little bit weird. It's a little grassy one. Okay, this looks cool though. Trying to land. Not with this plane. Not with this one. We have to go to Lukla yet. You guys remember that? We went to Courchevel last time on the Piper, the Seneca. We have to go to Lukla. That's another place to visit. That one will be challenging. So Tonio will be 215 knots. Remember that. In a 747 to Lukla? No. No. I think that would be... I mean, I'm 100% sure somebody in Microsoft already tried to do that. Or in a 737. Not me. I'm not doing it. I literally have no fun in doing it that way. Like, at all. So, I don't know, it's just not funny. I don't know, not interesting. Chris, you have to look at add-on scenery. No, I don't. But what I have is someone made a patch for Lukla. For Ortho4XP, but the patch didn't really work with the current Ortho4XP, so I don't know how, but somehow I found a way to correct the patch, so the patch works. And so I have the correct runway, and it looks all good. The only thing that I didn't do is the helicopter platform. They have the helicopter platform there. So yeah, sorry, I disregarded that one, so it's not flat. But the rest is all done, and it's done well. I've spent plenty of time trying to correct that stuff, and I think I did a good job. But I'm waiting to release the video and then release the patch for everyone's use, basically. I used to fly to Lukla on flight gear. Flight gear? Or flight gear? Because I don't know what sim is it, the flight gear. Delta Tango, the Twin Otter, oh, actually ShayTP. I think Twin Otter was perfect in flight gear. Ah, okay, so it is flight gear. Yeah, never tried it. I know the layout of the cockpit is a little bit weird. I'm gonna call it like that. But I never tried it. Let me just check here the QNH real quick. 1009. Let me pre-select. About 20 miles to Tonio. Gotta lower that vertical speed so we can slow down nice and easy. Delta Tango, is the Twin Otter work on X-Plane 12? You know, you have that RW design, I think that's how they call RW Twin Otter, and it looks really good. And somebody released an unofficial patch for X-Plane 12, so it's working, but I don't have the RW. What's going on with my English today? RW or RW simulations, Twin Otter. So yeah, you have a freeware one, which is decent, but the cockpit is not very beautiful, so I'm having a hard time looking at it. But it's okay, it's well done, and it's freeware. So, and you have the tundra wheels, you have the floats, you have the normal version, you have an extended tank version. Yeah, so it's good, but the visuals are not that good though. Crest Lukla and Mount Everest scenery at the Orc store is very nice. Well, I know, it's just I don't have the money right now. I mean, I have, but I'm saving it for 2 add-ons. One of which is the 737-200 from FlyJ Sim. The day it comes out, we are doing a live stream with the 737-200. And the other one is the Metroliner, because it's still in the builds, but I really love that aircraft. And yeah, when it comes out, I really want to buy it. By the way, we crossed transition level, QNH 1009, set. Lower the vertical speed. Yeah. It was one of the best planes, if not the best. Really? Damn, I don't remember trying it at all. Oh, my Twin Otter fly like a stone on X-Plane 12. I have to try the patch. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. There is a patch somewhere. You can literally search for it, and it's there somewhere. 10,000 feet, lights are on. And you know what? I'm gonna switch off here the terrain radar because it's a little bit distracting. Alright, approaching to 50 knots, just as we are about to cross Tonio, which is very good. Let me decrease the speed to 220 here, so that the aircraft will continue to maintain the idle power. Or you know what, might do 230. Yeah, let's do 230. So far we have complied with all the restrictions, which is very good. If I remember correctly, top 3 for me was A320, 777 and Twin Otter. Yeah, A330 too. I remember the A330. the Robin DR410, I think. And the 7.5 was good too. I really like the 7.5. 7.8 was okay-ish. I remember there was a 7.4 too, which was okay-ish. But yeah, 777, A320, A330. Yeah, I remember those. There is a turn. Gonna lose plenty of speed. Just check if there is any traffic. Nope, no traffic at all. So far, so good. 787 was like Mach 9 for X-Plane. Yeah, kinda. But I think now they've updated the aircraft and it's quite decent. It's probably one of those cases again of whether the people really knows how to fly the 7.8 or not. Let's go flaps 1. And we missed the pro checklist. I'm just too carried away with talking with you guys. Which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Alright, perfect. Why are we accelerating now? Let's decrease the descent rate. Let's go for 180. I can deploy flaps 5 later to slow down a bit. Alright, let's go sterile cockpit mode. Concentrate on the flying now. Nice mine there. Mach 9 787 is good now. I don't know. I really can't tell. I know they've improved the textures and some of the systems, but as far as I know, it's not been updated for a very long time already. So, yeah, not so sure. Yeah, I'm thinking let's go flaps 5. I need to start slowing down. And I want to go flaps 10 and then engage VNAV. I have hopes for the flight factor 7.8. Yeah, probably that's the better bet. I really want to try and deploy actually switch on VNAV. Let's see what's going to happen. Idle VNAV path. Good. Perfect. Let's keep the VNAV now. Because we are on the path, which is good. Flaps 10 limitation is 245, so we could deploy flaps 10 right now, which is probably actually a good idea because we have 5 miles to turn. So let's go flaps 10. I've been waiting patiently to give Flight Factor all of my money. Are you waiting for the 777 too? Right, there's the... No, that's not the airport. Never mind. Focus on the flying. So remember, we had the speed restriction, 185 at the final approach fix. So far, we're doing well with it. All our descent on idle, which is very good. Setting the heading there. There we go, wonderful. Cebu traffic airfield 2845 is on a 10-mile final runway 04. Speed. That was great. A little bit of undershoot there from the autopilot. Come on. Get us correctly. And just for VNAV stuff, I will set the altitude to 1,000 feet.
Traffic, Philippine 1540 nautical miles from the VOR. Will comply with the VOR 04 arrival.
That's Emil. Alright, do I see the runway? Yes. I do see the runway. We should be leveling off just for a moment there. Alright, the autopilot has restored the position. Kind of. Please descend now. Yeah, there we go. We are on a RNAV approach. Well done, SSG. Very well done. Fantastic. I'm super happy. The speed also lowered because we spent a bit of fuel there. And we've burned 500 kilos on the descent. How about that? 2000, gear down, flaps 20. Let's go lights on. Come on. And arm the speed brakes. Flaps 25. And let's go flaps full. Landing checklist, speed brakes, armed, landing gear down, green, flaps 30. Landing checklist is complete. Now my question is, can I set 4,000 for the go-around? Yes. I can, and it will absolutely trash my approach. That's alright, we're gonna continue visually. I still have the reference. Autopilot is disconnected. Auto throttle is off. Now I want to
1,000.
set 150 there. We need to add more power there. This is why you need a first officer to help you out. Alright, I think we are still on the profile. Not according to the pappies though. Oh! Press the wrong button. Okay, and now comes the game of managing the 747 inertia. So we want to maintain about 70% N1 with a descent rate of minus 700 to 800. I see one white. Let's try to correct and get the other white too. There we go, 2 whites, 2 reds now on the profile. Reduce the power just a tad. Wind is coming from the right.
500.
Checked stable. We were stable at 1,002.
Approaching minimum.
That really doesn't worry me. That's the minimums. We're going to continue.
400.
This is the difficult part.
300.
Keep the center line. Don't wobble the aircraft too much. Keep in good speed. And head shake is going to give us a hard head shake, even if we land softly. So disregard the vibrations on the landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse is normal. That was a spot-on landing, I must say. Considering it was almost a visual approach, I'm super happy. Oh boy. Alright, there is 70. 60. Reverses out. And this is the echo that I wanted to take. I'm gonna help a bit with my manual braking. Nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. Very good. Ooh, welcome to Cebu. Switch lights off and start the APU. Hit the clock. We want 3 minutes. I think that was really well. I don't trust the head shake vibrations. I don't know why, but on the 747, unless you float it like a ton, it really doesn't do a good job. So every time you land and you land fine, it will still shake hard like a hard landing, but it really isn't. And the clock has reset again, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Flight director's off, lights are off, strobes are off, clear right, clear left. Cebu traffic, airfield 2845, heavier runway 04 vacated. Let's go, flaps up. Speed brakes retracted. Transponder to transponding. I really want this to disengage. Flight level change. Yeah, anyways. Alright, so let's focus now on where will we park. Also, my question is, do we try to watch the replay or not? So I wanted to park somewhere maybe here, but yeah, maybe we park here and then we just taxi out. This would be like a decent plan, I think. After park we can try. Yes, I mean we landed, so if the sim crashes I'll just respawn. Anybody guess the Valenta landing? Which is not correct again because it still sets hard, but anybody has a guess for the Valenta one? Also, these taxi lines are absolutely terrible. Clear on the left, clear on the right. But the brake should be on RTO. And I will go here. And I don't even know if I'm going the right way, but we're just gonna assume that we are going the right way, okay? I know I want to go in the middle of those two poles so that we won't clip a wing and we will not require any pushback. So this is this position here. Yep. And runway turn off, lights off. Probably we won't get any marshaller on this one, but that's fine. Brake. And full turn. Come on, full turn, full turn. Oh, the marshaller actually appears. I think I've turned a bit late. Yeah, maybe. No, actually no. Look at that, captain of 747. I'm joking. Like the A330 that clipped the pole. Yeah, that's something I really don't want to do, even though we are in the sim. Okay, let's follow the guy's commands. Now he wants us to go left. Now just forward. And now until he tells us to... I always brake. There we go. Perfect, brake set. Taxi light is off. APU is it? Yep, APU is running. Let's go APU gen and cut the engines. Do we have 3 minutes on the clock? Yes, we do. Perfect. Seatbelt signs off. Unlock the cockpit door. Beacon lights off. Fuel pumps go to off. Fantastic. Let's do the parking checklist. JTP. Oh, you did. Minus 198. You were not too far off. Landing was minus 239. I'll show you Valenta in a second. Let's just complete the checklist. Shut down, hydraulic panels set, fuel pumps off, flaps up, parking brakes set, fuel control switches cut off, weather radar off. Shutdown checklist is complete. I'm gonna skip the secure checklist because we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna skip the pre-flight checklist again too because again we're gonna come back. So, where's Emil? Emil is doing the visual. I think we're gonna have enough time to watch the replay, and then we're gonna connect back to the VATSIM and watch his landing. Here's the fragment again for the video. Let me copy this. I'm gonna paste this on a different window in my browser, and after the stream I will check it. I'll leave you a comment, I promise. All right. So, first of all, let me real quickly show you the Valenta. Here it is. Review the flight. Look at this beautiful line. And the landing was minus 239. Nice descent. Great first leg. Now, I want to remove the overlay. Or I could actually still leave the overlay. I'm just gonna change the call sign to 8 or 6 is going to be the next one.
Traffic, Philippine 15 establish on runway 04.
Emil is on the approach. And yeah, there we go. We're going to try to real quickly watch the landing. I hope this won't crash. It really shouldn't. Shit. No. Oh, come on. You can't believe how many replays I did before on the 7.4. Well, I'll have to load it up. No replay. No replay, but that's okay. I just want to come in time now to watch Emil's landing. That's the only thing. I don't know why. You know, it's the stream. It's always the stream. Now, because X-Plane is loading, I'm not sure you guys can hear me. So if you can still hear me, can you tell me something? Because I can't click on anything, and YouTube has given me an error that the video basically stopped. So I'm not sure if the voice or the picture is going through. All right, so you can hear me. That's good. So we'll just have to wait. Sad part is we're going to probably miss the landing of Emil, which is a bit annoying. Cooler, I did not hear you asking us if you can hear. All right, okay. Thank you. Yeah, probably there was a part somewhere in the middle when I opened X-Plane that YouTube wrote me that video has stopped for a second. The translation of video, basically, or whatever, video upload. All right, dear flight, and I will probably lose it in a bit again. Let me see. Should be good now. Yeah, let me start loading. So we are in RPVM, and I think we were parked here. Mike 8, maybe. Let's go. Local time is correct. The weather is good. Same aircraft. Start flight. Let's get some lumpia while we wait for the return flight. What is that? Just don't tell me that's something bad. Radio check. Classic Filipino dish. Oh, okay. What are the ingredients? Is that like meat, fish, vegetables, or something? Explain broken. Yeah, it crashed on the replay, unfortunately. But we're gonna get back on track in a second. It's gonna come real quick. Yeah, by the way, thinking about the aircraft that you're looking at right now, which is the Cirrus SR-22 with the reality expansion pack. Do you guys remember that idea that I told you about doing a world tour on the general aviation aircraft? Well, I'm starting to prepare myself for that. I already did the route, and it's gonna be pretty huge, and it will take us a fair amount of time. And I've started doing the ortho photos too. Okay, are we in time for the Emil's landing? I don't think so. No, we missed it. Damn it. Anyways, at least we are back in X-Plane. Is the video going alright to you now? Is the stream fine? We are in the correct parking spot, at least. Is everything working for you? Please confirm that with me. I would really appreciate. And in the meantime, I'm going to cheat on this. I'll just click parked, powered, and IRS aligned. Initialize. And just restore the position of some of the switches. No, this was off. This was on. This was on. This is all fine. This was auto, auto, auto. And auto, and we had the APU turned on, so we're gonna start the APU. Alright, everything looks fine. Perfect. JTP, from where around the world? So the story is we are gonna start in Duluth. I think that's Minnesota, because that's the place where the Cirrus factory is located. So because we're gonna fly around in a Cirrus, we're gonna assume that we're gonna take a brand new Cirrus out of the factory, and there is Mike arriving. So at least we're gonna see one of the landings. And so what was I saying? Yeah, exactly. So because the reality expansion pack also why is it still giving me an error? Is the stream lagging or something? Do you see any lag or not? Yeah, because we're going to take a brand new series. We're going to depart, start the around the world trip from Duluth. We're going to do our acceptance flight to make sure that the aircraft is all fine. And then start from there, and we're going to really go around the world. Nice. Mike has landed. That was a great landing. And basically we're going to do the whole around the world trip. Trying to visit the most amount of countries, but at the same time in the most direct manner. So we are going to definitely skip some of those because it will simply add so much to the trip that I would prefer to later do an extra tour on every place, like the Europe tour, the America tour, the New Zealand, Australia tour, the Asia tour. What else could we do? Like the Middle East tour, the South America tour. There's a lot of places to visit. So yeah, I would prefer to do that later instead of doing it all on one world tour, because it will just take so much time, maybe more than a year, and I really don't want to take that much time. But yeah, Pavli, hello, no lags in Ukraine. Thank you very much, and hello to welcome to the stream. Don't know if you just came in, but welcome anyways. So I've got to do the sim brief for the return flight, so we're gonna edit this one real quick. Come on, sim brief, you can do it. Change the digit, change the departure time. Can I just change it and click on these arrows there we go. Here we have the return flight. Perfect. Looks like it's planned for the same arrival, that same runway from where we departed. So far looks everything good. Yep, I'm gonna generate the flight, I'm gonna submit the flight plan, and I will be opening all the charts, so preparing ourselves for the return flight, of course. So this is the arrival. This one I'll leave the airport just for the sake of it, and departure Molo whatever. We don't have this departure here. Interesting. What if I just... Can I just open these? Non-RNAV. We have a Ponso. Moloch. Oh, here it is. Perfect. Not this one, and not this one. And not this one. And not this one. Alright, so this is our departure. This is the arrival in case we need to return. Sim brief, pre-file on the network, VATSIM pre-file. And now for the arrival charts as well. I'm gonna leave this chart there. This is the ILS for 06. I can close this one. And the approach chart. Conde. Arrival. 0606, and let's see. Zoom in, Ibago, Conde. It's this one. Yep. Or this one. This one works too. What's the difference? RNP star 06, Conde 5 Romeo, and the other one is 7 Romeo. I'll go for the 5 Romeo. Alright, nice, a return flight. Oh yes. This is possible due to outdated air rec you are using in SimBrief. Ah, okay, I see, makes sense. Makes total sense. Right, so everything is done. We're testing a new version of flight plan form beta. You can try new functionality. Now I'm going to try that later. Just make sure call sign is correct, aircraft type is correct. Equipment is good, route is good. File the flight plan. Come here to sim brief. Check the payload. 255. Looks like it's going to be a less payload. 255905 minus 213, I think. Yeah, so 42 on the payload. 0.9. Start loading the payload, and the fuel expected is going to be 24.7. We're going to load the 27 again. Load the fuel. Perfect. Okay, so make sure, yeah, this is unlocked. Squawk at 2000, transponding. Comms is good, brakes is set. Yeah, because we went on a new aircraft, I have to recheck everything. Alright, let's go to the FMC position in it. Yeah, alright, YouTube now has corrected everything. Reference airport, we don't need to insert the reference airport because we have already aligned the IRSs, but I'm going to insert it anyways. And Lima Lima, right? I don't know why, I just can't remember the codes. Yes. Then call sign gap, which is airfill, which is really cool. 2846. Activate, execute. Fuel is loaded, by the way. Let's go, fuel pumps on. Seatbelt sign on. No, wait, departure 04. Now, what did we watch? Moloch for Papa. Here it is, transition Moloch, execute, route, next page. And now onto the sim brief. It's going to be Whiskey 11 Airway to Conde, or in Portuguese, Conde, which means Baron? No, kind of like a Baron. And then we're going to go again here onto the arrival, ILS 06, through the Conde 5 Romeo. Here it is, via the Gondo. Nope. Tracy William. Check the waypoints. I'm missing whatever waypoint it's needed there. And the funny thing, it's not on the chart. Mia is Manila, so definitely not Manila. So I guess it will be Doxep, I guess. Let's try ILS. Execute. Legs, let's go, plan mode, zoom in, departure looks okay, make sure that we don't have any discontinuities. We do have. Clear that. Hahaha, Gondo, Doxeb. It's basically on the same point. Alright. Yeah, on the charts we don't have the Doxeb waypoint, we just have the Gondo. So I will do it like this. And now it's right as we have on the charts. Perfect. So the plan is set. Back to init ref. Gross weight is set. Our reserves are 4.5 again. Cruise level is going to be 340. Last index 40. And thrust limit, let's go takeoff 1, climb power, flaps 10, 34, 48, 62, same speeds. And next page, acceleration at 3000, 162 on the speed. Flight directors on, outrun on. Let's go 11,000 on the initial. Heading is going to be 042, if I recall. No. Always confirm that stuff. What's the heading? I think it was like 046. Yeah, I'll leave. Probably, speaking of World Tour, I'm doing that right now. For me, it is 198 legs with a total of 90,000 nautical miles. It's fun, I must say. Holy cow. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Yeah. My initial idea... We're gonna speak about this in the cruise, okay? We're gonna speak about this in the cruise. So Emily's right there. Where is Mike? Looks like Mike disconnected, probably. I don't know. Yeah, boarding is happening right there. We're still on the AP gen. Can remove the chocks and the GPU. Yeah, I think we've completed everything. RML nav and VNav. Good. So, let's get back on track. Emil, if you are watching, are you ready to go or not? So. Time for the departure briefing. Departure briefing. So, status of the aircraft is good, apart from the crash. It will take me 5 minutes or so. Okay, ML, perfect. I will take 5 minutes too. And if you don't mind, I'll go first again. Really want to catch your landing, so will be perfect. But in around 5 minutes, I'll get started up and get going. Back to the arrival briefing. So, status of the aircraft is looking good. The weather is amazing. The NOTAMs are all the same. Anti-ice will not be required. Anti-rain radar will not be required as well. As for the airport and layout, we are parked here in the southwest parking bay. We're gonna taxi straight ahead to taxiway Bravo, turn right and go off all the way here to taxiway Kilo for runway 04. The runway is dry, wind is... What's the wind, by the way? What's the wind? 061 at 5, yeah, wind is good. We're gonna take off with takeoff 1, flaps 10. Our departure is an RNAV, seat runway 04, Moloch for Papa. The description goes: climb on course at 2,500 feet, turn left direct to Cebu, to Aquilo and then to Moloch. And we have air traffic service cloud gradient to 3.8% to reach Moloch at above 13,000 feet. So you know what? Let's go and set 13,000 feet already here, so we don't forget that. That's the only constraints. No radio knobs, no special considerations. The abnormals, we'll just skip those. They are absolutely the same. And just in case something goes wrong after V1, we're gonna continue straight ahead. MSA over the sea, or probably some close-up islands, 2,700. So we're gonna try to at least climb to that altitude and then manage the situation. No takeoff alternate, no overweight, no other considerations. Do you guys have any questions? If so, post that on the chat, please. Vizzy, hello, welcome to the stream. Дела хорошо, отвечу по-русски, но, пожалуйста, разговариваем по-английски. Alright, so that's the briefing complete. And if the briefing is complete, we can start the before start checklist. Status checklist. Pre-flight checklist, we're going to skip that because we're going to assume that is all fine. So, before start, door is closed. Let's go hit deny. Flight deck door is closed and locked. Passenger signs are on. MCP V2162 heading 046 and 13,000 on the altitude. Takeoff speeds 34, 48, 62. CDU pre-flight complete. Trim is 8.3. Let's set it already. That's set. Taxi takeoff briefing is completed and beacon goes to both. It's actually already there. Before start checklist is complete. Let's remove all the stuff. Remove the bus. Remove catering, cones, fuel cleaning van. Man, this is really cool. This is new stuff. This wasn't here. And I can start by removing the loader too, I guess. And my question is, can I start removing the stairs too? Will these guys get onto the stairs? Let's see. I don't think so. Probably will disappear. No way! Are you kidding me? They are going between the engines, guys. That's actually nice. How about that? And you know those stories from China when the passengers throw the coins to the engine before the flight when boarding to give them good luck. Oh my god, it's just whatever. All right. Oh, we have an EasyJet. Cool. Emil is pushing back, so we have to get going. All is prepared, APU is running, APU and APU bleed, all stuff is good. Let's hit the engine page, start the engines, 3, 4, yeah. Let's go. Transponder is on transponding. Lovely sound and lovely EasyJet in Cebu, in the middle of Asia. That looks like a good start on number 3 and 4. Yep, starting 1 and 2. It's really cool that you can start 2 engines at a time. Let's go. Wow, you speak English like that. Well done, especially after watching videos in Russian. Do you still live in Portugal? Thank you very much, man. It's really not that hard. You basically just need to watch a lot of YouTube videos and train to speak with yourself. Like a lot of speaking with yourself, and if you can speak with other people too, it really helps. And I basically have, like, all my internet stuff is in English, so I only search for stuff in English. That really helps too. Perfect. We have 4 running engines. I can switch off the APU. I'm gonna switch on the taxi lights already. Flaps go to position 10. RTO is set. Do a quick flight controls check. Up, full down. Oh, and I forgot to answer. Yes, I still live in Portugal. Right and neutral, rudder left, right and neutral. Recall is checked before taxi. NTI is not required. I should switch it off. Recall checked. Auto brake RTO. Flight controls checked. Ground movement is clear. Before taxi check. This is complete. And we are clear on the left, clear on the right. Brakes are released. Let's go. Pavli, is that ground services with the plane or a separate plugin? It's a separate plugin. It's a freeware plugin from the forums called Simple Ground Services. I can show you on the cruise. Please remember me. So we have two things to talk on the cruise. It's the world tour and the ground services. And once we hit the cruise, we're going to talk about that. Not too worried now about the arrival, because it's not an RNAV, it's an ILS. It's a lot. I mean, it's not that easier, it's basically the same. It's just that I was really skeptical about the RNAV with the 7.4, but it worked beautifully. Alright, let's turn here. Go to the very end of runway 04. For our departure. So we could say that a bunch of people came from Manila to Cebu and back today, because, well, we had 3 747s doing this flight to Cebu, and now 2 747s are going to do the return flight. I know that SimBrief told me that I had 400 passengers on the first flight. On this one, we have 344, which is still a lot. Still plenty of passengers. Alright, straight ahead until 2,500, left turn, and we have to be above 13,000 or flight level 130. Yeah, now I need to make sure that all the lights are set in the same position that I let them. Hit here. For me, RNAV is easier. I mean, this YouTube emojis is not very useful. I attempt to fly over glide slope while on ILS approaches somehow. Ah, I see. Huh, that's interesting. Why does that happen? Like, is it because you go too fast, or are you too high, or something? Right, before takeoff checklist, flaps. Flaps 10 set, before takeoff checklist is complete.
Cebu traffic, Philippine 16 taxi, Foxtrot 2 and Bravo, to Kilo runway 04.
Did the cabin ding. Cabin crew, seats for departure. We'll switch on the strobes already. Slow below 10 knots to make the turn. Here we go. Let's switch on the transponder to TARA. No traffic on the final. Make sure that there is none. And left side is clear. There's ammo taxiing. Let's go lights on. Cebu traffic airfield 2846 heavy lining up runway 04 and departure to the north. Cebu. Usually go high altitude on approach. You need to practice some altitude management then. Alright, and a bit more, and start the turn. Let's see if I do a better lineup than I did on Manila. Yeah, about fine. I'll take that. Alright, let's set the brakes. Guys, hit the like button for this flight. Let's go. 40%, about 40% stable. Trust reference. I'll leave the brakes.
Open traffic, Cebu 600.
Trust is set.
Ball commencing the Ball 3 Papa
Airbus, oh Jesus, Airbus. Airspeed is alive. Travel hold.
And the organization is heading 4000. The report 3 go commencing the RFP.
Check. They talk too much on the frequency, I feel like. I don't know.
V1.
Go.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2.
Positive climb. Gear up. LNAV. VNAV speed. Let's switch on the autopilot. Lights off.
Traffic Philippine 16, line up runway 04 for departure.
There we are. Fly by maybe? Fantastic. In Cebu, traffic, airfield 2846, airborne passing 2200, climbing, flight level 130. Let's watch the turn. It should start the turn now. Looks like it's gonna go to that waypoint. Well, we are above 2,500, so that's okay. Really cool looking one. Yeah, views are cool. We're fully exploring the Philippines, and we've hit acceleration altitude, speed check flaps 5. And I could call for flaps 1 even. Let's go flaps 1. Look at it go. Beautiful. Alright, so we needed to hit flight level 130 until Moloch. We are on 5,000 already. I think this will be a piece of cake. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up. Oh, flaps are not up. Just the gear. Sync the heading. And cruise altitude is 340. 340 is set. Look at it go. We're light. Oh boy. That's just super fast. Could probably retract the flaps too, or the slats should I say. Let's go slats up. Beautiful. Complete the after takeoff checklist. And 10,000 feet. Lights are off. Logo light off too. Moloch in 40. Jesus. Well, yeah.
Traffic Philippine 160 departing runway 04. After departure will comply with Moloch 12 for departure.
Moloch in 40 miles, and we are already almost at flight level 130. Also approaching 11,000. QNH standard set. Good. So, I think we can assume that we've hit the cruise level. Well, we didn't hit the cruise level, but we are above 10,000 feet. The airplane is doing a nice job, and I can show you some stuff non-related to the flight. So first of all, this is the plugin I use for the ground services, simple ground equipment and services. Last update was a few days ago, April 13. It's very good, and they added animated loaders. Basically everything you've seen today, that's new. So really cool that they did this. And regarding the regarding the world tour, my initial plan was to fly around every continent except for Africa, because it is so huge that it would take me so much time to just cross or overfly the entire Africa continent. So that was the only part or the only continent that I would want to do or fly. Now I have a couple of flight plans. Just give me a second, I'll show you. I'll show you my initial idea. So this was my initial idea, to start from Duluth and then to the Atlantic crossing all the way here across Europe, try to visit a couple of different countries here in Europe. Probably I would fly even here to Austria and Switzerland and so on, go all the way down there to Gibraltar and then visit the north of Africa, because, well, I'm not going to do all of this here, all across northern Africa, through the Middle East, all the way through here, off to Kathmandu, then down here, this is like Vietnam, Thailand, all this stuff, all the way down here through Australia, over to New Zealand, cross New Zealand, go back over Australia, Papua New Guinea, Philippines, Taiwan, China, South Korea, because it would get over to the Jeju Island, Japan, catch a bit of Russia there on Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsk, because we will not get any range to go there, and we will be stopping here too. This is the Russian islands too. Over to the, I can't remember what is the name of these islands here, but across these islands over to Alaska, kind of like the Milk Run, over to the west coast of the States, down to Mexico, all the way down here, Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, I can't remember, there's a country right here, down here, Peru, all the way down to the Argentinian Malvinas, I think that's how is it called, and then come back all the way here to Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, maybe, through these islands here, come back and return to Duluth. Now, this would be absolutely incredible to do, but this is a lot of ortho, just as ShayTP told us. How are we on altitude? Looking good. Let me release the passengers. I don't think they need to be seated. The weather is good. Yeah, we had to cross Moloch above flight level 130. We are at flight level 230, so I think we are more than comfortable to to keep going. Yeah, the orthos here, not the best. All of them had clouds, unfortunately. Google had, Bing had. So basically I had no other option than just assume it and fly, but that's okay. Scenery looks good, regardless of ortho or not. And yeah, next stuff. So that would be a lot of ortho, like a ton of it, and I have a lot of it. I can show you here. What do I have? By the way, hint, this is gonna be our next live. Anybody has a guess? What is it gonna be? Basically, what do I have? I have like this, all the way Norway, the entire Europe, basically. Portugal, a bit of Morocco. I will be doing some of these parts here. See, already parts of the route are completed. Nepal, for the local part of Bangladesh, this will be done. This here is already done. This will be completed. Taiwan, Japan, South Korea is done. A bit of Russia there. And there come the islands. And basically now I have to go to the other way. Yeah, I've tried Auto Ortho for at least 5 times already, and it never worked for me, so it just basically breaks my sim totally. So yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna try it again. I have Great Britain, Ireland, Faroe Islands, Iceland is completely done. A couple of parts of Greenland are done too. And Canada has to be done a little bit better. I have just states there. This part of the US will be completed too, and this part of North Canada, basically all the milk run is done too. So I had a lot of orthos already, and I will be able to do even more. But the route is not going to be as crazy as that, so I'll probably focus first on just doing the round the world tour. Try to complete it, let's say, as quick as possible. Yep, Shay TP, you got it, that's correct. That's gonna be the next stream on the A319 Tolis. So basically, this route here I saved, and maybe there will be a time when we will be able to do it. By the way, what will be the plane? Cirrus SR-22, non-turbo. And the new route that I did, I finished it yesterday, basically is a lot shorter. Still long, but a lot shorter. Same path across the Atlantic, Europe, Italy, Greece, Middle East, India, Nepal, Bangladesh a bit there, then off to China. I think we crossed Cambodia there, China, Taiwan, Japan, Russia, United States, Alaska, Canada, and then back to Duluth. Should be just enough. So basically that's the plan, and let's go vertical speed 900. Let's go max 785. I can turn on mic on Discord. Okay, I'll do it. So, yeah. Basically, that's the plan for the world tour. I will be using a special livery. It's gonna be white livery, but I hope at the very end of the world tour it will become very special. Because everybody who will support me through the world tour, I will be putting their names on the plane, like a signature. So that way, if we get many supporters at the end of the world tour, the entire plane will be full of names, and that will be fun. If not, that's okay. We are here to have fun. So, but yeah, that's the plan basically. JTP, the terrain there is crazy, can't wait. You know, I can't wait too, because it is definitely crazy. And I will be doing it first time, so no cheating. I found an amazing guide on the internet. I don't know who wrote it, but they use real life photos on the guide, but it's for simulation. And it's very good. It tells you all the points, the altitudes, what's the configuration and the speed of the aircraft that you should maintain depending on the location. So yeah, I will be reading that guide. I will be trying to be prepared as much prepared as possible for that approach there, because the departure is easy. You just have to circle inside that valley that they have there, and so yeah. The only thing I checked for now is that the ortho is fine, the scenery is fine. So that's the only thing I checked, but I didn't do any landing there on the Airbus, and I will not be doing it. So it's gonna be first time on the stream. Why are they speaking so much on Unicom? There is no traffic. There is literally no traffic. I mean, they're doing better than me, because at least they are talking on Unicom. Well, I am too, but not as much. Yeah. Anyways, that's the plan. World tour with the financial system. So we are buying the plane. That doesn't count, but then you have all of the fuel expenses. We're gonna do 2 modifications on the aircraft, one of which is the spark plugs, and the other one is the injectors, and I'm not gonna touch the rest. Maybe the exhaust, but I'm not sure, because the reality expansion pack lets you customize those options. Yeah, I'm not sure. And it's going to be an atmospheric engine, so not a turbo one, so that we will have fun when the terrain will get higher, and it will. Also, we have to fill the oxygen bottle. That costs money. We're going to have to change oil, refill oil, check all of that stuff. I'm pretty sure we're going to get some expenses there, but it's doable. So it's going to be interesting nonetheless. And maybe after we finish that world tour, we're going to do a little pause, and we might start another one. Maybe at that time, Ortho or some other provider will be working fine, and I will not have any problems with having Ortho for the entire world. So yeah. I forgot to show you too. I have the entire New Zealand and Australia. I can show you, not the full Australia. I'll be doing a bit more of the Australia, but it's getting there. Yeah, see here. This is when I was doing the initial plan, but it will take a bit too much. And I have this area here for a very special video coming up later. I just want to go till Australia and New Zealand. So for Australia, this is what I have for the moment, and I will be having this area too. And New Zealand is basically entire because it's just beautiful. So yeah, that's what I have regarding
traffic advisory to Sputnik 583 pushing back A1
Ortho and the next plans. You can see K2 Mountain en route. Yeah, I think so. I tried to.
Cebu 600 Park Bay for good evening.
I did a speed up flight on a. anyways, I did a very quick flight on the F-14 from Kathmandu to Islamabad just to make sure that all of the scenery is working correctly. And I mean, it's just insane that the elevation in Skardu is like Skardu, yeah, Skardu is like 7,000 feet elevation, and once you climb over those huge mountains, you understand that you are flying at 20,000 feet, and it feels honestly quite low to you, like quite close to you. I don't know, it's just amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that's one of the reasons yesterday I was practicing circuit landings with the A319, because I haven't flown the Airbus for so long. We've been flying on what, King Air 74, yeah, King Air again. I mean, let me see, what have we, what's the aircrafts that we have been flying lately? So, King Air 74, Piper 737, Embraer, DC-3, 757, 757 again. Only then we finally flew on the A340. This was 1 month ago, so I haven't touched any Airbus at all for a month. And then it was again King Air, Embraer, and then 2 months ago A319, A330, then again King Air, A350, 737, 737, 747 Embraer, 757 Embraer, A390. For me, exactly, Emil. That's... I will forget the Airbus. And I don't want to forget the Airbus, it's such a nice aircraft. I was flying yesterday with the fly-by-wire, it was like, oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. And honestly, I almost forgot how to flare it. So I had the problem there. Basically, my first 3 landings was just me trying to guess how to land it again. And then I got it right, and it finally worked. So it was definitely fun. Also, let me check the route because we have no traffic so far. I'm really thinking about shortening up the way. My idea would be to remove this waypoint here, the trees, because that's definitely for traffic separation, and we don't have any traffic today, so let's remove trees. That way it will be a slightly more straight approach. And also, let's do a quick look here of the chart. Couple of restrictions: Colin Day above flight level 160, max 250, Boris above 9,000, WAM above 6,000, maximum 230 knots. Then Edsby, no restrictions. At Trace we had a maximum speed of 210, we can assume that speed. Gondo initial approach fixed above 5,000, maximum 210. And then we descend onto the ILS. ILS final approach point is at 2,500. Glide path is 3.01 degrees. Damn. That's basically it. Missed approach. Fly track 061 at 1000 turn right. Intercept radial 145 at Manila VOR. At 4,000 feet turn right for a holding at Manila VOR or as instructed by ATC. Perfect. Minimums for the ILS is 280 plus 50 feet. Operational margin for us is going to be 330. Let's do that. Because we are slowly but surely approaching our descent point. around, so 5,000, we want it to be above 5,000 at Gondo, right? So let's go Gondo. Gondo at 5,000, we are at 34, that's 29. 29 times 3 is gonna be 87, so 87 here. 48 miles to descend, and I'll try to do an idle descent again. Good. Lovely. I'm relearning it. Last time I flew A320 was like more than 10 years ago in flight gear. Wow. Man, every time somebody tells about flight gear, I'm thinking like, yeah, I need to revisit flight gear, and then I forget about it and I feel really bad because I had multiple requests already to do a video on flight gear or some sort, and every time, just out of curiosity, I would have loved to do it, but I forget because I don't know, there's so much stuff that I want to do and explain, and it's so more deep than flight gear, at least as I think. Delta Tango 297, I gotta go. It was a nice flight. See you. Thanks for coming, man. And your flight is in 3 days, so I wish you a great flight. Enjoy very much that 747-8 to Tokyo, and we're gonna be here next week to hear your story and your experience about the 74. Enjoy, and thanks for coming by. Lovely. By the way, approximately that time I subscribed to Vlap's channel. Damn, 10 years. That's a lot of time ago. See ya. That's a lot of time. 10 years ago. When was the first video that I uploaded to YouTube? Let me see. There's a bunch of videos that I've hidden on YouTube. I didn't delete those. I just hid those because I don't know. I don't want them to be right now. Let me go content, videos. When was the first video? I think the first video was a 757 on flight gear. Jesus, first video was on 9th of November 2014. Oh my god. Almost 10 years ago. Wow. Holy cow. So I can almost say that I'm almost 10 years on YouTube. Not constantly, but still. Holy cow. 10 years. It's even... wow, that's difficult to even imagine. You did a flight on an A320 from Viv to Dalaman? Huh. I don't remember that one. A320. That's possible. Actually, Ukraine is one of the countries I almost didn't fly to. I don't know why. It's definitely worth exploring. ShayTP 10-year special. You know what? In November, I really hope... No, that's 100% sure. In November, I will be already flying in real life. Unfortunately, not professionally, but fortunately that will mean that I will finally end my ATPL exams and I will get back to flying. And I got a GoPro recently to film some of the flying stuff in real life. and I really want to show you the flight school and basically give an insight for those who want to pursue and become a pilot. What are the things that they need to be aware of? Like some of the basic questions. What are the differences between each course? What are the requirements? How much time does it take? How are the exams? What do you do? How do you fly? Etc. All this stuff I would like to cover up later on the channel, because I think there is a lot of questions, same questions that I had when I was starting, that really don't have that much information available on the internet. And once you start digging, and especially when you start to get into contact with the flight schools and all that stuff, then you start to have all the answers. But initially it's really hard to know, like, okay, most of the times you receive a PDF document or an email saying that, yeah, we do this and this, you have to pay X, and if you want to start next month you gotta pay like a huge amount of money, and that's it's basically not very fun. And we have hit our descent points, so let's do a quick descent checklist. A recall is checked, notes are checked, auto brake is 3, landing data, VREF is gonna be 145, yeah, 150. Approach briefing, did we do the approach briefing, guys? I think we didn't do like a complete approach briefing, but that's okay, we did the charts. I think I showed you the charts and we spoke about the arrival. Alright, so that's the descent checklist complete. Let's go seatbelt sign on. Vertical speed, and let me change this to indicated. Yeah, I messed up. I had to start the descent earlier. Maybe not, maybe we'll recover. Holy crap, do a type rating. I have a friend, and he gave me the suggestion of covering the type rating course, because there is very few information regarding the type rating course on the internet. About what is it, the type rating course, what do you do, how much time, what do you study, all that stuff. And that's definitely planned. Definitely. So we'll see. Time will tell. First of all, I need to finish my basic ATPL course and receive the ATPL frozen. And from there on, I just want to get on an airline and start flying, start working. That cloud there really looked like some volcano erupting for a second. Do you guys see that? It is exactly over that little mountain there. And we're back. Approaching Manila, approaching the volcano. We should be able to see the airport relatively soon, I feel like. Because the city is right there, so the airfield... or wait. I'm a bit lost. What type rating will I do? I don't know, depending on the airline that I will go to. I just want to start working, because I'm working now too, and studying, and basically I'm working on, it's the same type of job, but it's different jobs, and every client has its own plans, and it's very difficult to manage all of those at the same time. And so yeah, it's very tiring, and not very rewarding sometimes, and I just really want to change my life and move into aviation, because I am 110% sure that that's exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life, or at least as far as I'm concerned now. So yeah, that's the initial plan. Just get a job, start flying, and time will tell. I would really love to join the Orange team in Europe. That's, for now, that's like my dream. I want to join the Orange team. But yeah, it's difficult, and I'm very tired. Been very tired lately, and probably that's why I've been sick all this past week. Emil, you know the truth? You don't choose your first job, and I will absolutely follow that. If I need to start with Ryanair, I will. It's a very good learning place. I have a colleague who entered Ryanair like 2 months ago or 1 month ago, and everybody who goes through Ryanair tells that that's a very good school and you gain a lot of experience. So I just want to start, and if I start with Ryanair, I'll be perfectly happy. I'll get my hours, and once I get the experience and I can jump to something I really want to jump to, I'll do so. Yes, that's the Orange team. That's the Orange team I want to join. Right now I am in the blue team, which is my flight school, because their colors are blue and I really like those. And the best part is blue combines really well with orange, so that would be the perfect combination. Right, so far so good. We're descending nicely. I want to see, we have no traffic in Manila. QNH is 1010 in Manila, so let's pre-select that. That's one really cool thing you can do on the 747 and on all Boeings, I think. I'm not sure you can pre-select on the Airbus. Transition level is going to be flight level 120. And Boris, we had a speed restriction, I think. Or not. We had on Conde. Well, we busted that speed restriction. Maximum 250. That's okay, because we are slightly high, so we are dissipating the extra energy through drag, so that's totally fine for me. Plans cease to fly for Mexican sugar distribution. I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Just want to get a job, start flying. If it will be airlines and in Europe, I'll be happy. I'll be totally happy. Oh, there's an airfield there. Now, my question is, probably here in the Philippines, there will be a good amount of regional service too. So maybe we need to come back here on the turboprops. Maybe when the Metroliner comes out. And also, I found, like yesterday, I found a very interesting turboprop. It's the Embraer 110. And it's very well modeled and very well done by a developer, which I can't remember now. Dreamfile Labs, I think that's how he's called. Yeah, I think so. Dreamfile Labs, something like that. And I got really interested in that aircraft, and it's cheap too. It's like $30. Everybody speaks very good about it. Everybody tells that it's cheaper than what's it worth, so that's good. Let's decrease our vertical speed so we can lose some speed, because we're starting to approach. And then I'll deploy the flaps and we get going down, because right now we're not losing that much the speed. JTP, I prefer Asian freight ops. Like what, 757 or turboprops? Lovely, great aircraft, tried it before. Yeah, see? So yeah, I'm very curious about it. I like the cockpit, I like the design, because I am missing a turboprop that is slightly bigger. So I'm waiting for the Metroliner, but I feel like it will still take a bit of time, maybe a couple of months. Maybe in the winter it will be finished, because there is still a lot of work to be done. But yeah, let's go flaps 1. But yeah, until it gets an update for X-Plane 12, I'm not touching it. I will deploy flaps 5 in a second. Let's see how it will go with the vertical speed. Yeah, we're gonna have to use flaps 5. Let's go flaps 5. Get down. Got carried away there on the descent. Now with the flaps we're gonna have enough drag to get down nicely. The glide slope, course and approach is correct. Yep, it is good. Let's go. Transition level, QNH is set, approach checklist is complete. We're still going way too fast and way too high. Flaps 10 limitation is 245 knots. Yeah, we might still get it. Still on idle. Busted the speed, but that's okay. Let's go flaps 10. Sterile cockpit. Let's set 5,000. Yeah, 5,000 is good here. $10,000 feet. Lights on. Logo on. Link the cabin. Yeah, we're fine. JTP, you would prefer working for Cathay or Atlas? You know why I wouldn't? I mean, if that would be like the only option that I would have, I would totally take it. But if I could choose, I wouldn't go, because you are away from your home for so long that, yeah, I would prefer to stay at home or return to home, to rest at home, and then go flying. At least that's my, well, personal preference. Let's set 3,000. Still feel like we're way too high. Let's use some speed brakes. Maybe with the speed brakes we can get there. Lima Lima 613, what's the altitude there? 1,700. Yeah, we can get there. Oh, there we go. I wonder if that's a real glide slope or not. Let's go localizer first. Because I am worried that's the fake glide slope, but probably that's actually the correct glide slope. Let's go approach, glide slope. Yeah, fine, we got it. Let's decrease to 185. We got it. Still on idle. You can travel the world like that. Yeah, I know. But the reality is, you kind of travel. At least that's what I think. Because most of the time you end up being very tired. Fake glide slope is just the challenge mode glide slope. Yeah, this one is the real one though. Because vertical speed is good. Basically, how can you tell that you're flying a 3-degree glide slope? You see your ground speed, which at this moment is, let's say, 200. You add 1 0, so it's going to be 2,000, the value, and you divide by 2. So the 3 degrees path would be around minus 1,000. There you go. So that's correct. And I can see the runway right there. Beautiful approach as well. Let's take a look outside. Oh, not this outside, I meant this outside. Very, very cool. Lovely. How much flying time? 46 minutes. Don't you multiply by 5? Yeah, that's another one, but it's, I mean, it's more difficult to multiply by 5 than just add a 0 to your ground speed and divide by 2. And it works. 100%. Alright, VAP is going to be 150. No traffic, so really not worried about communications. Emil is on the approach as well, that's good. Landing the 7-4 at the 9 degrees glide slope like space shuttle. I wonder if you would be going with the gear down and flaps full, if you could maintain the speed on that glide slope or not. You'd probably still accelerate. Damn. That's probably funny. That's probably funny. Alright, so all is good. Go around altitude is 4,000 feet. Again, because we are on the ILS, I can move this without it breaking my ILS approach. I think the actual shuttle doesn't need to deploy gear until the very last moment. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. We have some wind changes here, which, even though the wind is not very hard, I definitely don't like those. Cabin crew would be prepared for landing. There we go, that's 2,000. Let's decrease the speed. Go gear down, flaps 20, lights on, speed brakes armed. Flaps 25. And flaps 30. Now, I am maintaining 160 on the speed because the auto throttle takes some time to respond. So see, we need 150. Now I will set 150, and it will maintain 150. Landing checklist, speed brakes armed, landing gear down green, flaps sturdy. Landing checklist is complete. So shall we do some hand flying, guys? I am a bit worried because of the wind, but here on this channel we take challenges, so let's do it. Autopilot off, auto throttle off. Yeah, it does that twice, even though you don't have any caution.
1,000.
Checked stable. Everybody hit the like button if you haven't already. Oh, look at that tailwind all of a sudden. How beautiful is that? Look at the wind change. You know, this is probably the first time I'm kind of glad I am on a 747, because this changes. I almost can't feel them. Because this is such a big aircraft. 2 whites, 2 reds, looking good so far. Power is good. Check. A bit below, correcting.
400.
There's the tailwind again, definitely a variable wind.
300. Approaching minimums.
Continue. Speed brakes up. And reverse normal. I know, I overflared it, but I don't care. I have plenty of runway. -233, I think that was softer than that. I'm gonna vacate at the very end. Not at the very end, but right there. 60 knots, reverses out. Manual braking, 50 minutes of flight. Disarm the auto brake. Get it back to RTO. And I'm gonna start the APU. Also, I felt some stuttering there on the final approach. Or actually, yeah, on the final approach. So that's why I flared it slightly earlier too. Start the clock, start the clock, start the clock, start the turn. Yeah, a bit late on the turn, but that's fine. Let's go switch the lights off. Switch the strobes off. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Transponder to transponding, flaps up, speed brakes up. There is the wobbling action of Manila. I think the 7.4 is just, it's dancing because it's happy. When you get your PPL, do they teach you how to deal with frame drops? That was a very good one. Unfortunately, they didn't. You know, I never experienced that problem. Maybe the only stutters I experienced was in my brain when my instructor asked me something to confuse me. That's probably the only time. But not on the rest. Weather radar is off, so that's all good. Brain lag. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Manila traffic, airfield 2846, runway 06 vacated. Drink water. Yeah, not only that, hydration, not only the water, but the you need to eat well too, so you're gonna have enough sugar for your brain to function properly, and be well rested. I felt like I've had a bit of too much braking. I'll keep rolling. It's dancing because of uneven ground covering. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm just joking about it. Alright, almost 3 minutes on the clock, 17 tons of fuel. Wasn't bad, the approach. We got it right. ML is established on the ILS too. So we should be able to park and then see his approach. And then... yeah, maybe we'll skip the replay part. And just finish the stream like it is. It was a good landing. 2 minutes and 58 on the clock. Good. Approaching the ramp. So runway turn off goes off.
Traffic, Philippine 16, establish now runway 06, 10 miles.
10 miles out. Jesus Christ, and we can already see him. That's a big plane. Well, this was good. So whoever guessed the landing, yeah, landing was minus 89. Because I overflared it, basically. I preferred the first landing in Cebu. In my opinion, it was better than this one, even though this one was softer. Approaching the gate. How are the temperatures? Let's see. Gear. Yeah, we have some temperatures there on the brakes. That's cool. That's good to see. That means it's simulated. Yeah, way off. Fortunately...
Traffic, Philippine 16, full established on 06, 5 miles.
Okay, ML is 5 miles, so we have time to park on the same spot, which is right here. Taxi light off. I'm gonna park, watch his landing, then complete all the ground surfaces stuff. Do we have a marshaller? Yes, we do. Isn't there a plugin that shows you if you buttered or wasted it? Yes, there is, but I don't like it. I don't like that plugin because I really don't care about, or at least I really don't care that much about the feet per minute landing. I barely can see him. It's telling me to go.
Traffic, Philippine 16, check on runway 06.
Ah, come on. There we go. Brakes are set. Let's go watch ML's landing. See, he's on a short final. There he is. Okay, we can still have time to switch on the APU gens. Cut the fuel. Seatbelt sign off. And we'll do the rest next. Where is he? There he is. Just in time. ML, no pressure. I know he's hearing me. No pressure. We actually have 20 people watching you, so... I'm joking. Well done. Also, ML's flying the 747-200, as I've probably told before. So he's flying the real deal, not like us, on the modern and easy, very easy 747. And my VRAM has just said no to loading this aircraft. That's fine. All right, very good. Welcome to Manila. Switch off the fuel pumps. Beacon light is off. Call the ground services. Let's do fuel, cleaning, van loader, stairs, bus, catering, cones, and people. And we should get a deboarding. So let's open some doors. Transponder to standby 2000, that is set. Let's do the checklist. Shutdown checklist. Hydraulic panel set. Fuel pumps are off. Flaps are up. Parking brake set. Fuel control switches cut off. We could set the chocks as well. And the GPU, by the way. Switch off the APU. Fuel control switches are cut off. Weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist is complete. And let's switch off the IRSs too. So IRSs are off. Emergency lights. No, we're gonna leave those for a moment. And packs are gonna be off later on. Very good, guys. Very, very good. Oh, wait, they are boarding. I want them to deboard. Cycle between boarding and deboarding. Can I deboard now? There we go, dual deboard. That's it. Very nice. Very cool. There is Emil in the back, taxiing. Actually, really impressed with Manila's scenery. Outside first world countries, OSM data can get spotty. Yeah. Well, I have SimHeaven too. xAsia. So probably all of this is thanks to SimHeaven. Whatever. And this is not how the scenery looks. This is just because I have the LOD guy working in the background. If I set maximum quality, this is how it looks. Slightly different, and the frame rate is slightly different too. But really cool, right? It's just because of the frame rate I prefer to maintain it on the lower side. Look at that, this is huge. Let me see, how is the frame rate in the cockpit? 27, not that bad. What if I leave it on auto? Actually pretty decent. Maybe I need to start... no, it decreased it. Right, it decreased it. So yeah, I'll just leave it on max frame rate and it's the best option. Cool, Emil has landed. I need to show you guys the Valenta profile, right? Just before we end. Because it's, well, it's cool to see what we did here. Here's our profile, our nice departure out of Cebu city. We're to the cruise altitude of flight level 340 and a nice descent, which I almost busted, but we did nice and we didn't level off for a single time. 10 tons of fuel burnt, not bad. How was the other flight, by the way? 53 minutes, and we burned 400 kilos more. Yeah, alright. I can take that. And landing was minus 89, which is very, very good. The buildings look like flight Tampa quality. Yeah, I don't know. SimHeaven, and that's basically it. Perfect view as the other 747 is parking. We're back in Manila City. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. It was very fun to do on the 747. Really enjoy this aircraft. I think it's very well built and it's very fun. Easy to fly too. It's just that you feel that heavy weight of the 7.4, which is also a good thing for what we want. Yeah, next week we are flying Tolis A319 to Skardu, Pakistan on that beautifully crazy mountainous approach. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely fun. Thank you everybody for the support. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we're gonna see you next week. Stay awesome, guys. Bye.